Our next topic is judges meeting and debriefs, finding judging panel consensus on performances and evaluations on runs and individual tricks. So guys, we just talked about the importance of watching practice, how crucial it is for, getting the panel consensus together and be more accurate without negative surprises throughout the event. Now, I assume that international or global events or big events of any kind with a lot of athletes and skaters competing could be long, and it is not just within human power to stay 14 hours at the same place. So and judges therefore could be split into groups. So let's talk a little bit about the judges meetings and judges debriefs. What are those about, and what are these for, and how do they work? Who wants to take on that one, Matt?
Yeah, I can jump on that. Basically, what we were just talking about and how important practice is for the judging panel to get aligned and know where they're going to be at once the actual competition starts. I think it's equally as important to have meetings each morning and debriefs after each day with the judging panel to discuss those exact same things, to discuss like possible score ranges, possible trick ranges of where these skaters might end up and where their ranking could be based off what we've seen in practice or in the previous day's events, whether it's qualification, semifinals, leading up to the finals. I think by having a well-prepared judging panel on all aspects of that during actual contest time, during their actual run or individual trick attempt, the judging panel will already have been aligned on around the range that they want to be. So it makes their job that much easier. It's respecting the skaters, and we were already ready for their level of skating and judging it accordingly. And the judges were prepared, and the scores will reflect that. So it's extremely important to have those debrief meetings, as well as judges meetings each day.
Great. But when I ask you like this, some people might say, so basically you guys are meeting every day and then you basically decide how the score is going to be before they even happen. But that's wrong, right? If I'm understanding it right, it's about being aligned and not get surprised during the event, because every judge has his personal opinion, and that reflects in his scores that he awards during the event. Am I correct?
Yes.
Correct. It's just to gather a judging panel consensus. It's not a firm score or a firm ranking for anyone. It's just to discuss what we've seen already, whether it's in practice or previous competitions, and what we may see in the next round of competition.
But until we see it, we don't know how to score it, right? Because
no, sir.
No tricks are clones. We cannot say
these are just references and content to better equip ourselves for what might, like what's to come, what might come. And then, the same thing. You can't appoint scores to anything. This is all hypothetical, but it is also, it's homework. It's your homework. It's, are we aligned? And that's where all of our opinions matter. And we are constantly talking about that, and everyone's opinion is valid. And, so that's why, discussions happen. And the more aligned we are as a panel, the more accurate we are going to be come game day. And so all of the discussion happens, the majority of the discussion happens, prior to leading up to the event. And so this is only to help you be the best judge you could possibly be when it comes to actual competition. So
that's what I was also thinking when we discussed in the previous episode, the process of computation of scores, right? When we say that the highest and the lowest gets thrown out and the remaining three are getting average to get the most accurate opinion. So I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that having judges meetings and debriefs helps you to get like we said, the panel consensus more narrow and prevent the extremes from happening. So basically, when the score comes out on the big screen, it represents the opinion of the whole panel, and it reflects
Collective.
the intended ranking of the whole judging panel, right?
Exactly.
So we avoid these extremes from happening, and we avoid the risks of the computation process to take toll. I guess the higher we go on the level of the competition phases, meaning starting from qualification, going through semis up to the final, the little nuances become more and more important, and even little differences can make big changes, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, perfect, guys. Thank you very much. Let's move to the next topic.